Open the book. That is called the approaching of the Great
Long
Pyramid.
ago, there was
So
an
put
Egyptian
attention.
priest named Setna. He was in charge of one part of a giant temple to the gods in his city. Setna had a daughter named Aweru, whom he loved very much. When Aweru was old enough, her father took her on a boat trip down the Nile to a place called Giza, so she could see the Great Pyramid there. A pyramid is a structure with four triangular sides and a square base or bottom. They journeyed or traveled for many days as passengers on a large sailing ship.
So put
During the
attention to the
voyage, Setna
information.
explained to his daughter what the Great Pyramid was and why it had been built. He said, "We Egyptians say that far to the west lies a place called the Beautiful West. When someone dies, he or she has the chance to travel there. If they arrive safely, their spirit will be happy forever, for the good god Osiris is king there and takes good care of everyone. But the journey or trip to this peaceful place is dangerous and hard to make, and not everyone who tries to get there reaches it. So we pray to Osiris and to his wife Isis and to their son, the falcon headed god Horus. If they wish to do so, these three can help us reach the beautiful West with their powers. So we must make very sure that they like us. The god Osiris will even let us bring any treasure we have with us when we go there. Pretty artwork, fine clothes, jewelry, or whatever we most enjoy in this life, so that we may have an enjoyable afterlife. The afterlife is the next life, believed to begin after death. Well, many years ago, there was a pharaoh or Egyptian ruler named Djoser. One night, Djoser dreamed that one of the gods told him to build a special place for Djoser's family and servants to put his body and treasures after he had died. Now, Djoser had a friend working for him who he thought was the smartest man alive in those days. This friend's name was Imhotep. Imhotep was the greatest architect in Egypt. At this point, Setna's daughter Aweru interrupted. "Father, what is an architect?" An architect is a person who decides how a building should look and draws the plan the builders follow. Today in Egypt, our builders usually follow the same plans that Egyptian architects have used for thousands of years. But Imhotep was the one who first created many of those plans. He must have been the best architect ever. Pharaoh Djoser certainly thought so. He called Imhotep to the palace and told him about the dream. The pharaoh said, "Imhotep, build me a building that reaches up toward the sky in honor of the gods. Make the middle of it an open space for me and for my treasures for after I die. Make it special." So Imhotep built the first pyramid. The bottom of it is an enormous stone square, and then the four sides reach upward, leaning in toward one another until they meet at the top. The sides of that first pyramid are built as steps, making it easier to climb up the outside. Well, Djoser's pyramid was so wonderful that the pharaohs after him wanted pyramids too, but with smooth sides, not steps. Much later came another pharaoh named Khufu. Pharaoh Khufu wanted people to know what an important pharaoh he was, so he commanded his people to build him the biggest pyramid of all, the Great Pyramid. Setna and his daughter Aweru continued sailing for many days on their way to see the Great Pyramid at Giza, and were nearing the end of their long journey along the Nile, when suddenly Setna pointed up ahead and said, "Look, my dear Aweru, what do you see?" Aweru's eyes opened wide with excitement. "Is that the top of the Great Pyramid, Father? Are we getting close?" "It is the top, but we are still a long way from it. We will not be there until tomorrow. It will start getting dark soon, so we will be stopping shortly. But it is so tall that we can begin to see it even from this distance." The top of the pyramid shone brightly. It's like the sun, Father, Aweru explained. That is because the top is covered in gold that the Pharaoh ordered to be brought in from his mines in the desert, and the sides are covered in smooth white stone. The pyramid shines in the sun. The whole top is gold? Yes, you see, Pharaoh Khufu wanted to show how powerful he was. He said, I am the greatest ruler on earth, and the god of the sun, Amun Ra, is the greatest of the gods, the one who created the world. My pyramid will shine in the sunlight to honor Amun Ra and to remind everyone that just as he created the world, I created this pyramid and am also great. I will be famous forever. Setna looked again at that shining peak. And all these years later, Aweru, we are indeed standing here talking about Pharaoh Khufu. But now it's time for our boat to dock for the night. We will go into that town over there, get some dinner, and then go to sleep. Because I am a priest at the temple of Karnak, we are invited to stay at the temple in this palace. Come on then. You will get to see the Great Pyramid up close tomorrow. It's the most amazing building ever made. And they stepped off their boat onto the wooden dock at the shore.
Okay, so what do you hear or learn from this book? What this book is talking about? About the what? Madeline? So, and how the house is, what's the name of the house? The pyramid. So the book is talking about the pyramids and why, how they use them. Do they use them for live people or for dead people? For the ones who are dead. So that's when they put the dead bodies in those big pyramids. So now, let's see what you're gonna do. You're gonna take out your English notebook. And you have to draw what the Egypts use and write how they use them. So you're gonna have the picture of what they do and how they use them. So you need to draw what they use and how they use them. Yes? English notebook is the same as the reader. Go to the sticky note. Come on. You have to draw what the Egyptians use and how they use them. And we already talked about it. You don't have to copy what is on the board. You draw it, put the date, and give me a little explanation of how they use them. You don't have to copy this. All you have to put is the date, and you're gonna draw it and write one sentence about how they use those buildings that they were using. You don't have it. Where's the blue? No, you don't have to copy the words that are on the page. All you have to do is draw the picture and write something about how they use those buildings. You're getting hurry up, please. We don't have to see. Where's my English notebook again? So I can already know it. You don't have nothing about it. No, tenemos 8:30. ¿Qué dice la 11? Come on, time to work. If you want to play Kahoot, you have to finish fast.